As the AI race heats up, experts are predicting this year is going to see major changes to manufacturing. From increased automation to more robots on the factory floor, 2026 is shaping up to be a transformative year for the sector. Joining us this morning is Doug Milburn. He's the co-founder of Protocase. That's a Canadian aerospace manufacturing company. Doug wrote an article for Industrial Equipment News on how AI is going to reshape the industry, and he joins us this morning. Welcome.
Hello there, Anne-Marie. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm curious to know your answers to some of my questions here. First of all, it's already here, so tell us where and how is AI being used in manufacturing?
Well, AI, it's fascinating. You know, we look at AI and, AI's technology has really matured. And, but the talk, today of AI, look, the futures, we talk the futures. Where's it going to go? We all know AI is powerful. Everybody uses AI today in your search engines or ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But it's yet to really make serious inroads into things like, into where we work in the aerospace world. But I really think that this year, you're going to see some movements in AI. And they're not going to be what people think, like sweeping job losses and radical changes and things like that. But rather, I think what you're going to see AI do, AI is best used as an assistant to human beings, but especially in things like aerospace. If we go into something like, say, law, I think you're going to see in the legal profession, you're going to truly see sweeping changes in it. Aerospace is different. There's fundamental reasons for the difference. But what it will do, think of AI as being a human being's savant, tireless assistant. And I think that's how you're going to see it come in.
Yeah, you've talked in this article about how it's an assistant and not a replacement. But what does that collaboration look like then on a factory floor?
Well, you know what, the factory floor, the machines it's not going to directly impact, when we bend sheet metal, we apply coatings, we cut blocks of metal. It's not going to directly affect that. It's the control of it. It's that flow of information from the customer all the way through that process. And people think of it, you think of the factory floor, but there's all this work that gets done in behind, from regulatory to engineering to work instructions to programming. That's what it's going to affect. And companies are really, look, everybody's in the race right now to figure out how to use it. And, there is not much impact on the ground today. And those who figure out how to do it are, it's a race and everybody wants to win the race. So, but, it's fairly clear to me. Look, you know what? AI excels in places where the solution set is broad and they're overlapping and there's a million input variables. Not to get too complicated about it, but I'm describing law there again as one example.
Right.
You can make a million different legal arguments about something. In aerospace, it's very precise. AI actually struggles because of the nature of it. It struggles in that kind of world, but there are so many other tasks that people do that it will help. And they're in the world of the mundane. We all go to work. You go to work and you got your time on air and you got all the time in behind. It's all that time in behind that AI and all the drudgery we do to get that, the brilliant, hours you put in front of camera, and then all the work in behind. It's the work in behind in aerospace that it's going to do.
Doug, you touched on this before. A lot of the big concern when you hear about AI and manufacturing is immediately people worry about jobs. Not everybody is welcoming towards this expansion into manufacturing, no matter if it's on the factory floor or behind the scenes. Oxford Economics predicted by 2030, AI and automation could replace 20 million manufacturing jobs. That's globally. That's more than 8% of the global manufacturing workforce. So given that AI keeps evolving, how concerned should workers be that they could be replaced?
Well, you know what? Let's go back to early industrial revolution in Britain and the textile mills, and the name Luddite, with a gentleman, I forget his first name, but Mr. Ludd, who led a protest against the machines coming because it was going to destroy employment in craft weavers. Textile jobs are still lots of textile jobs. They moved offshore. That's where they've gone. Automation aids us, it makes us more productive. It does displace people, but as long as human beings want to buy something better, people that to produce better things, the jobs will show up. If you look at it today, if you look at unemployment today, we've just had a long period of relatively low unemployment, probably historically low, and yet automation has come in all everywhere. We see automation everywhere. And those sweeping predictions, I don't buy into them. What happens is people use them to make more, better, more valuable things, which leads to more employment. The employment will be more, it always gets more complex, more training. It'll move on up. I don't see why this revolution will be any different than the last, hard automation coming into factories, robots coming into factories, textile mills. It's been going, computers, you go back in the 70s, your job was, if you're white collar, you're going to get replaced by a computer, right? They didn't take away much work as far as I can see it. They made more work than they take away.
Doug Milburn, co-founder of ProtoCase, I want to thank you for joining us here in Your Morning.
Thank you, Anne-Marie.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.